Hey Punchers, welcome to a brand new episode of Punch TV, this month brought to you by
Jody.
by vitamin D. That's right, vitamin D. The reason why Jody isn't here because she went somewhere warm and sunny because she needed more vitamin D.
It was mostly because she didn't want to be around us. I think is
What she told me was for health reasons. She didn't want to take the vitamins, so she went down somewhere warm.
I think it was mostly us.
Really?
She was like, I'm pretty tired of that show. I don't want to do it this month, so you guys are
Everything we know is a lie, but
Yeah.
even without Jody here, have no
Yes.
fear. We have got a bunch of special guests coming up, some tasty treats that can't be beat. So let's see who Major Party is brought to interview in the studio today. All right.
Welcome, Punch viewers. This is Major Party from Major Party's Major Dramatic Party. And today, I have a very special guest. This is Mike Neurt from the Mini Fridge Theater Company. Mike, welcome to Punch TV.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here.
Perfect. Now tell me, what exactly is Mini Fridge Theater Company?
Well, we're a local community theater. We started about 8 years ago. There was a couple of friends of mine and I. We had no place to go to do our shows, and we wanted to do our own specific shows. So we sat around and decided to start Mini Fridge Theater. And we started out at the St. Thomas Wesley United Church on 20th Street and Avenue H, and we were there for about a year. And then because it wasn't conducive to do like theater there, we couldn't put a real stage there. We looked around for another site to go to, and we ended up going to the German Concordia Club when we were there for about 5 years. And then we moved into the St. John's Anglican Hall on Spadina Crescent. And we've been there for the last couple of years, last 3 years, I think. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. So before Mini Fridge, what was your experience with other theater companies? What is your experience with drama in Saskatoon?
Okay, well, there used to be a local theater group called Gateway Players, and that's where I originally started with. And then I had a partner, and we started the Off-Broadway Dinner Theater. And I worked with groups like Stage One Players, Ageless Players, the Globe Theater out of Regina. I did a couple of stints with Shakespeare on the Saskatchewan. And that's about it. That's about all the theater groups. We've done some local, just outside of this city, like Warm and Scared Scriptless Players. Terry and I did a few shows out there. And, wherever somebody wants an actor, we'll travel.
Perfect. So what will one expect? What can they see when they come into a Mini Fridge theater performance? What is the experience that you will give them?
Well, I hope it's going to be a wonderful experience. They're going to see local actors, very talented local actors, performing comedies. They're going to be fed a wonderful supper from a local catering company that we use right now called Garnet Catering, and hopefully they'll walk in with good feeling, walk out with an exceptional feeling that we've treated them very well. They've had a wonderful night, and they've certainly got their money's worth.
Ooh, exceptional feelings. That's always a good thing to have.
It isn't it?
Perfect. So what show do you have happening right now? What's coming up that we can be excited for?
Okay, this one's called Weekend Comedy, and it opens on February the 16th and runs every Thursday, Friday, Saturday until March the 4th. So there's 9 performances. Tickets are selling very fast. We've already sold out 3 performances in the first week. That's just wonderful for us to have that happen. It's about 2 couples, one married couple, an older married couple, and a younger unmarried couple that have inadvertently booked the same cabin for the weekend. So it's basically what we're billing it as is the millennials versus the boomers. So it's about love, relationships, marriage, and that sort of thing. It should be a great show.
Perfect. If people want tickets for weekend comedy, how could they do that? How could they come to Mini Fridge Theater Company?
Well, they have to go to our website. So minifridge.com, minifridgetheater.com, and they can check out our menu and decide what they want, book their tickets, and decide which night they want to go to, and we'll send them their tickets through the email. And they just have to show up that night. Doors open at 5:30, and they can expect a good 3 hours of wonderful entertainment.
Oh, perfect. There you go. Awesome. Now, before we go, I heard there is a brand new actor making his professional debut with your theater company. He's playing the part of a Tony, I believe. I think his name is Brennan. How has he been doing? I've heard he's great. Is that true? Are the rumors true? How fantastic an actor he is.
Well, he's like a cardboard cutout in the corner. We put him up and stand him up in the corner, and then we have a microphone behind and a little speaker, and we just have somebody off stage reading the lines. But other than that, he stands still very well.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Mike. This is Mike Neurt from Mini Fridge Theater Company. Make sure you check out their upcoming show. Tickets selling fast. Get them now. Don't be left out. And this is Major Party saying, don't be a minor when you can be a major.
Punch TV is brought to you in part by Amazing Stories, providing Saskatoon with comics, games, toys, graphic novels, t-shirts, and more for over 22 years. Online at AmazingStoriesComics.com. In person on 8th Street in Saskatoon.
My name is Tony, and I'm the collector. Today, I'm talking to Danya. Danya's come all the way down the studio, and we haven't actually had anybody in the studio for a few years because we weren't allowed to, but now we have people coming in, and you were my first guest in the studio. Welcome to the collector segment of Punch TV.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's super exciting, I know. Okay, so Danya, I brought you in today because you're a collector, and you collect things I don't even know, well, two things that I don't know anything about. Now, I know that you buy these pop-up, no, what are these called? Q Pops?
Q Poskets.
Q, what are they?
Q Poskets.
Q
Poskets.
Yeah, that. So I know that you collect these. What exactly is this? And I know you. How many of these do you have first?
I actually...
Like hundreds? 50?
Enough that I don't want to tell you.
Okay. Like, so you're worried that people will judge you?
Like, they're everywhere in my house.
Really? Seriously?
Yes,
so you go, you walk in your place and it's everywhere. I
Yeah.
can't stand people that have things all over their house. It drives me nuts.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, so what are they?
They're just a little doll line. Usually they focus on anime or TV shows. I have all the Sailor Moon ones. That's how I got started in it. I
Yeah.
wanted the entire collection.
How long have you been collecting them for?
A few years now. Like, I found my favorite character, Sailor Saturn, and that's what started it because you couldn't find a lot about it. So
Yeah.
I was like, let's start with that. And then I was like, well, I have to get all of them now.
Okay, so where do these come from? Like, I understand the Sailor Moon, but we talked earlier about how you also collect things from like things called One Piece, and you collect all the One Piece ones. Is that the same type of thing that you collect as well, or what is that? That's the Q Pocket, right? Is that something like that? No Q Pockets? What the heck's a Q Pocket?
The Q
What do you want to tell me?
Posket.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
It's just like a doll line from Japan.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just do all of their TV shows there. So
Really? Okay.
yeah.
So One Piece is a manga. So what is a manga then? I know that these things. So you got your Sailor Moon, which are also started as a manga, right? Is that right?
It's a manga.
It's a manga.
It's a
pronounced
manga, yeah.
See, you know what? I didn't know manga.
Yeah, manga.
So manga's so I'm mispronouncing it by saying manga.
Yeah.
So I've been calling it manga at the store for 15 years and I'm pronouncing it wrong, and nobody's told me till now.
Probably not.
Thanks, everybody.
It means a comic. Like, it's just a comic book, and that's just the
And
Japanese word for it.
Yeah, and it's backwards. So
Yeah.
yeah. So and they actually, when it's reprinted into English, they still have it printed backwards, which
Yeah.
is good. They don't change that. So, okay, so you do all this stuff, and you know I think it's really awesome that you have all this, but not as awesome as what you're about to show me, because this is where I'm pretty excited
Yeah.
about right now. You collect all your movie tickets.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I noticed how movie tickets were getting more expensive. So I started collecting them back in 2010. So my first ticket that I could find is from the Social Network in October 2010.
The social at Landmark 6. Where's that? Is that?
Just
in-
Landmark Cinema,
Okay.
and the ticket costs $7.50 for an adult.
$7.50. Now, do you
Yeah.
collect every movie you've ever been to?
Yes.
So every movie you've been since 2010.
Yep.
Now, but you weren't collecting before 2010,
No,
because in 2010 you were probably like what, 10 years old or something like that.
how about that?
So you've been collecting since you were really young. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, so you've seen the prices go up gradually. So what's the price of a ticket cost now? I don't even know. We just sneak in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually it.
You know,
Just
I don't pay to get in movies. Anybody pay? I don't think I pay. Anyway, yeah.
like I don't know, like $15.
There you
if
go.
go on Tuesdays,
Wow.
cheap Tuesdays.
They still have cheap Tuesdays?
They do.
Really?
Yeah.
Seriously?
At Cineplex, yeah.
Really? I
Yeah.
had no idea. Was it like, I remember when cheap Tuesdays were probably like $2.50.
Yeah, it's not like it's
Yeah.
cheap like relatively,
Yeah,
but
really.
like
not $2.50. People would be lined up down the block
Yeah.
waiting to get in these theaters, and I honestly, can't remember ever getting in other than lining up and having fun. Mostly just fun lining up and hanging out with your friends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So you got all these movie tickets, you see movies. I think that's pretty awesome because not only are you collecting something, you're collecting something you can remember.
Mm-hmm.
I was collecting my Star Wars movie tickets, and then one day I moved and I just threw them out. So I was kind of bummed out. So I think you got an awesome collection. This actually makes me jealous having the movie tickets. I think it's pretty cool that you have all the Sailor Moon, and I would love to have pictures on the show maybe, and you can show me your place with all your
with all the
dolls
collection.
everywhere.
Yeah,
So many that you can't talk about. Like hundreds?
enough that like there's whole drawers and cabinets dedicated to just boxes.
To
of them.
boxes, yeah. I think you're a collector. That's pretty
little
cool.
bit,
I'm
yeah.
also a collector. I'm a collector. I collect as well and have boxes of stuff in drawers.
Yeah.
All right, we got to go. Thank you very much for coming here today. Thanks, Danya.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Hey everyone, I am here with Ian Perry, the El Presidente of the Saskatoon Internet Exchange, one of the only internet exchanges in Canada. To start with, hi Ian, thanks for coming. What is an internet exchange? For the common folk out there that aren't as technical as you, what is an internet exchange?
An internet exchange is a neutral place for networks to connect. It provides a shortcut for local internet traffic, as the major internet service providers tend not to connect to each other locally. A lot of that traffic leaves the province or the country.
So meaning if I go to send an email to somebody, it may head to Toronto and bounce back?
That is exactly what
Calgary
happens.
bounce back. So then having an internet exchange here in Saskatoon, right here in Saskatoon, and it doesn't fly somewhere else?
That is exactly what can happen.
Because I'm now an expert on internet exchanges. So when did the Saskatoon Internet Exchange, or as the kids call it on the street, the YXEIX, when did the Saskatoon Internet Exchange start?
So there were a couple of different groups trying to get something going in 2016. And at the end of 2016, we got everybody together. We had a town hall. We decided we were going to have an internet exchange in Saskatoon and work together. And a month later, we were incorporated.
Wow. And incorporated, but also I believe you said that non-profit or not-for-profit, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Now, with the Saskatoon Internet Exchange, I looked online and it appears that there are only 12 internet exchanges in Canada, and in the world, there really is only like 100 and some internet exchanges. So that means that Saskatoon is like on the map now, that there is an internet exchange here, correct?
We are on the map. There is actually an organization that creates internet exchange maps, and it was a notable event when we were on their map.
Nice. So can you mention some of the clients that are already part of the internet exchange? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, it's public knowledge. They're on our website. Apologies if I miss anybody, but the Saskatchewan Research Network, Nutrien, the University of Saskatchewan, CIRA, that's the Canadian Internet Registration Authority, ITEL Networks, BH Telecom or Flex Networks, Redbird Communications. Some of the notable non-local networks are Cloudflare, Facebook.
So Facebook uses the Saskatoon Internet Exchange.
Correct.
So when Tony's on there connecting with all of his old friends, and I mean old as in age, across Canada, that information through the Internet Exchange.
Yep.
Mind blowing. So you had mentioned before the benefits for the Internet Exchange is that it's safer because your information is staying local instead of flying around everywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's faster,
Yes.
right?
So in that the distances the data is traveling is much, much shorter, staying in the city instead of leaving the country. Your latency is much, much lower. It's important for things like gaming. And we provide our members with high bandwidth connections.
So when I'm playing Call of Duty, I'm going to have an advantage over everybody else if I'm part of the Internet Exchange.
Maybe once we get Activision to the Internet.
Okay, well, let's do that. So safer, faster, and I'm assuming less expensive than going with traditional providers once you get to be part of the Internet Exchange.
So the Internet Exchange doesn't replace your need for the traditional internet providers. It augments them, but your total cost of operating a network goes down.
So anything exciting coming up for the Internet Exchange? Any milestones, anything going on? And what do we need to know?
We're redeveloping our website. We are bringing on a new volunteer to help with our technical team.
Sweet.
We've got a couple of new networks on the way. It's a little bit too early to drop any names. And we're working on a new content cache with a name, with a company that everybody will know their name.
Awesome. So if people want to find out more about the YXEIX, where would they go?
YXEIX.ca.
.ca. Perfect. You heard it here. Saskatoon Internet Exchange. Ian Perry, thank you for coming.
Punch TV is brought to you in part by Amazing Stories, providing Saskatoon with comics, games, toys, graphic novels, t-shirts, and more for over 22 years. Online at AmazingStoriesComics.com. In person on 8th Street in Saskatoon.
Hey Punchers, it is time for a brand new segment where we get to know Team Punch a little bit better. So who better to start with than Tony? Now you all know Tony as the collector, the Star Wars guy, the guy that works at Amazing Stories, but who is he really? What makes Tony tick? I don't know. So you have sent in through social media a zillion questions about what we should be asking Tony today. So we're going to get through as many as we can. Are you ready, Tony?
I didn't know social media was involved.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were just making
these are
these
questions that the people need to know.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, we're going to start part one, your youth, the mini Tony, the tiny T.
Yes.
We're going back in the day. Where were you born?
I was actually born in Yorkton, Saskatchewan.
Yorkton, Saskatchewan?
Yeah.
And how long did you live in Yorkton,
I only
Saskatchewan?
lived in Yorkton for about 3 years. It was a very short period of time.
Do you have any memories of Yorkton, or because it's so long ago? That
Nothing. Got nothing. No.
So we don't care about Yorkton anymore.
No, it's a nice place.
No Yorkton. What was the worst or the dumbest injury that you sustained as a child? Like a biking accident, a skateboarding accident?
Okay, so I'm on my porch. It had snowed. There's a lot of snow. I guess my balcony, when I was a kid, we had like a little balcony and there was like a railing. I jumped on the railing and I went backwards on the railing. I landed in the snow, but the snow was really hard. So I put my 2 front teeth into my tongue.
That explains a lot.
So I had like a big bleeding tongue. And then later there was like actual
teeth right in there. That was a little more graphic than I thought that answer was going to be.
And the next day I had to go to school and my teacher was like, it was bleeding so much, my mouth was full of blood. And he wanted to look and see what was going on. I was like, he was, anyway.
Speaking of bologna, do you remember, this one is actually from a kid named Castle. What was your school lunches like? Like, you ever like a bologna sandwiches or something?
Tuna fish. I had tuna fish sandwich for 12 years of my life.
Yeah. What did you go like mix in there? A little mayo, a little Miracle Whip?
Mom made them. I didn't eat them. They got thrown away every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Don't like tuna. Did you have pets growing up?
I had a dog.
What was your dog's name?
She.
This also explains a lot. She. I'm going to write that down. I'm going to save that one for later.
Not she, but she. She the dog. Yeah, it was a collie. Love that dog.
So not a little like, poodle or something?
No, it was a beautiful dog.
What posters did you have hanging on your bedroom wall?
Happy Days.
Like
Happy
the full
Days.
cast or just the Fonz?
There was Fonz, Richie. It was like I had a wall of Happy Day posters. Happy Days. Happy Days. Loved Happy Days. Still do. Love Happy Days.
Interesting.
The Fonz is my. I met Henry Winkler. It was like I was shaking. He's so awesome. I was talking to him and he turned into the Fonz. I talked about like Happy Days. He turned into the Fonz, and I was like, this is like the best day of my life. And then he kissed my wife at the time.
So moving on to hygiene. Speaking of kissing. When you're in the shower,
yes.
Do you use a sponge with some body wash, or are you like an old man with some bar soap?
I don't actually have a lot of soap. in the shower. I will use some bar soap, but I think that I'm not really a soap guy. I kind of more like go with the water washing over me.
Okay.
Shampoo if I need to.
You still shampoo the noggin?
I don't know. I don't use soap. Shampoo if I need to, not very often.
Interesting.
You get in there, you just kind of like rinse off. It's a rinse thing.
So full nudity? Or are you like a never nude like Tobias from Arrested Development short shorts? You got the...
I don't think I want to talk about that right now. Live television.
So you're a never
television.
nude. Okay.
No.
Word is out there,
no.
never nude. Do you sing in the shower?
I do, yes.
What is your go-to song?
Lately, I've been singing a lot of cars. It's kind of pretty much okay. So I go home at night and I listen to music in my car, and then whatever I'm listening to, that last song becomes my song in the shower. It's just the way it is.
Did you sing today?
No, because I was with Kath. She doesn't like when I sing.
Really?
Nah.
So you guys were saving water in the shower together. Okay, thank you.
No,
Another
goodness,
one.
No.
Okay,
No way.
so we're going to skip now. We're way down to a few more. Your favorite non-Star Wars movie?
Probably the other George Lucas film that I love, which would be American Graffiti.
Oh, nice.
Wait, tie. American Graffiti or Corvette Summer. One of those two. Bang. Yeah.
Now, what about Indiana Jones? What's your favorite indie movie?
I really love Indiana Jones, and I'm looking forward to the new one. But at the same time, when I was a kid, they weren't like as... They were big, but I was, not... Yeah, they're all right.
If you were to wear a kilt like Major Party, would you go full commando, or you rock some underoos?
Never. That would be
some
dangerous.
underoos under there? Huh.
Dangerous. You don't want to know what...
Well, a couple more. We're running out of time here. Now we really got to get to it, okay?
Okay, go ahead.
What is the most embarrassing thing that you've got in your closet right now?
I just have toys in my closet. They're all toys. I don't know if that's embarrassing. My house is filled with toys. Closet, drawers, everything filled with toys. So I guess probably the toys would be maybe
toys in your closet. And what is the most useless talent that you have?
It's not working. Hold on. I can't. Yeah, sometimes it works.
So now you've all got to know Tony just a little bit better, and most of you, I'm sure, are thinking that you probably didn't. So thanks, and we'll interview a different cast member next month with some more hard-hitting questions. All right.
I can't get it to clap. I can't.
I don't know what is happening here.
I'm trying to get the one-hand clap going.
Hey Punchers, because we have so many beautiful people in the studio with us today, instead of a traditional tweet beat about where I'm talking about what you should be watching and reading and listening to and playing, we're all going to recommend something this month. So we are going to start with Major Party. What should people be reading this month?
All right, so I have a couple great reads that came out. Number one, Joe Fixit #1. That's right, Joe Fixit is back. Peter David made the Hulk a gray gangster. This story continues from Incredible Hulk number 349, where Spider-Man fights Joe Fixit in Las Vegas. It starts off with Peter Parker at the airport. And guess who shows up? Kingpin, Las Vegas, the Hulk as a gangster. So much fun, quick read. Issue 1 is great. Will issue 2 be great? I don't know, but the first one is. The next one, Danger Street. Tom King takes a group of characters that nobody cares about and puts them in an amazing situation. This is exactly the kind of book I love. Give me beat characters doing awesome things. Issue 2, he makes a move with Darkseid I've never, ever seen in a comic before. It was actually shocking. So Danger Street, this is like Vertigo 90s. This is late 90s with cleaner art. And this has paper in it, like real, like not glossy paper, but like dull paper. The issue 1, so it's like you're reading a 90s Vertigo comic. So good. So good!
Love it. Everybody's gonna read those. Now, Danya, you mentioned that there is something that people should be reading this month. What would you recommend?
I recommend the series Chroma. It's by Image Comics. It's about a city that is completely devoid of color as a way to survive because they're giant alligator creatures that will eat them because they can only see color. And so it is completely outlawed, and they will kill you if there is any color.
You had us at giant alligator creatures.
Yeah.
Giant alligator creatures. So we will check that out. I recommend that we pan over to Dean, because Dean has been watching 2 shows now, and I think he is The Bear and then The Last of Us, I think. Right, Dean? The Bear and The Last of Us. 2 brilliant shows you should be watching. Have you guys checked out The Last of Us yet?
We have not.
What?
We haven't got into that
Oh, HBO Max. You got to check it out. I recommend that Mayor of Kingstown with Jeremy Renner. You know, Hawkeye, who just got into that horrible accident, but he's okay because a snowplow cannot take down Hawkeye. Season 2, him and Hugh Dillon, a Taylor Sheridan show on Paramount Plus about prisons, is very violent, very cool. You should check that out. Now, Kathy, what do you got here? What's up?
We watch our TV mostly together, so
It's weird, but we have no lives separate. We are one person. So you go ahead, Kath. I'll just agree with everything you say.
we watched Willow, and even though it was not critically loved, it wasn't that bad.
No,
I don't think.
I hated Willow.
You hated it?
Willow. Hated Willow.
Oh.
I felt like I was watching a teenage drama, like put me with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
A little bit.
To be recommending for people.
Oh, okay, go ahead, Kath.
Okay, well, yeah.
I don't like anything. Go
Okay,
ahead.
What
Bad
happened
Batch.
to green to everything? I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't work in these conditions.
It's so confusing.
Bad Batch. We just started Bad Batch.
Bad Batch is good.
Bad Batch
I
is really
recommend
good.
the Bad Batch.
Yeah, they kind of called back a little bit to prequel kind of stuff.
Yep.
And that was pretty fun.
I recommend Doom Patrol.
Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol.
I recommend Doom Patrol. And I
Yeah.
really recommend this new Thelma and Louise. No, what is it called?
Velma.
Velma.
Yeah.
Velma.
also HBO
Velma.
Max.
Velma and Louise.
No, Louise.
Oh,
Just
this is
Velma.
Velma. I love Scooby-Doo, and anything to do with Scooby-Doo just makes me happy. So.
This is an adult Velma, though. This is not for kids. Like, yeah.
Don't
No,
let your
not
children.
for kids.
Do not let your children watch
Yeah.
Velma.
I have no comment on Velma as being the biggest Scooby-Doo fan of everybody here. I have no comment. Also, word has it that with the new Iggy Pop album that came out, somebody's getting a signed something delivered. Is that right?
Okay, so I have not listened to the new Iggy Pop album. It's coming in the mail. I've not listened to it. I've seen it at record stores, but I've actually ordered it, and I'm getting one signed by Iggy Pop. So I've decided I'm not going to actually listen to it until I get that album in the mail. So I heard it's really good. I've seen a little bit of a video, but I don't know anything about it except other than I'm getting one signed by Iggy Pop. I think it's actually a poster that comes with the record, but it's signed by Iggy Pop.
I have listened to the album, and I love it. It is one of his best, and he's back. Did you listen?
No, but I heard it was coming out, so I
It's
can't
been
wait.
out for a couple weeks, major party.
What kind of party are
good.
you running?
I've been reading comics for once.
And Kathy, have you cheated on Tony and listened to it already? Did you?
I might have Alexa'd it.
Oh, and I thought you did everything together. Oh, the
Except
truth
listen to
hurts.
Iggy Pop, apparently.
The
That's
truth
lie.
hurts.
I just wanted to know.
So we are about out of time for everything that you need to be watching, reading, listening to, playing. Follow at Fisher Cruise and at Punch YXE. Remember to check out Punch Radio Friday nights on CFCR 90.5 right here in Saskatoon, or all of the episodes up wherever podcasts are available at Punch YXE. My name is Hank. On behalf of everyone here at Punch TV, especially beautiful Tony, we will see you all next month. All right.